You've probably been told your whole life that to save money, you should always grab the cheapest option. But what if I told you that in the beauty aisle, that advice is a total financial trap? What if it's actually costing you more in the long run? It sounds completely backwards, I know. But in the world of skincare, hair care, and makeup, always reaching for the bargain bin can lock you in a frustrating cycle of spending more to fix the problems the cheap stuff caused. Today, I'm sharing the upgrade formula, my simple method that shows how spending more on the right products can actually save you serious money over time. The vicious cycle of cheap. For years, my bathroom cabinet was a graveyard of half-used, disappointing products. I'd buy a cheap foundation, only to have it turn a weird shade of orange by lunch. So what did I do? I'd buy a pricey primer and a heavy-duty setting spray just to make the foundation wearable. I bought one of those flimsy $40 hair dryers that promised the world, but instead screeched like a jet engine and fried my hair into a frizzy mess. This forced me to buy deep conditioning masks and anti-frizz serums just to undo the damage. This is the trap. You buy a cheap product, it doesn't work, and then you have to spend even more money on other products to either fix its flaws or repair the damage. You end up with a cluttered counter, a ton of frustration, and a much lighter wallet. You're not actually saving money. You're just spreading your spending across a dozen mediocre products instead of one that actually works. That isn't being frugal. It's just creating expensive problems for yourself. Introducing the upgrade formula. What if you could break free from this cycle? You can. It's all about a mindset shift. Stop being a saver who only sees the price tag and start being a smart investor who sees the real long-term value. This is what I call the upgrade formula. At its core, the formula is cost of item, number of uses plus performance and amp, enjoyment equals true value. Let's unpack that. It's not just about the upfront price. It's about the real cost every time you use it. It's about how well it performs and if it actually solves your problem. And finally, it's about the satisfaction you get from using something you genuinely love. When you factor in all three, you start to see that a thoughtfully chosen, higher quality item can often be the most economical choice. Pillar 1. The math. Cost per use. Now, let's get into the first, most concrete pillar of the formula. The math. Cost per use is your secret weapon against a misleading price tag. Let's go back to that hairdryer example. You buy a $40 hairdryer that, if you're lucky, lasts a year. Over 5 years, you've bought 5 of them, a $200 investment. Now compare that to a high-end $200 hairdryer. Yes, the initial cost is steep, but quality tools are built to last. They can easily work for 5, 7, or more years. So over that same 5-year period, your cost is the same. The story doesn't end there. A high-end dryer often works faster with better heat control, meaning less electricity used and less heat damage. So you're not just saving money on repurchasing the tool, you're also cutting the secondary costs of all those repair masks and serums. Let's apply this to skincare. A $15 moisturizer seems like a steal. But often, to keep costs down, these are formulated with more fillers and less potent active ingredients. You might need 3 pumps to feel hydrated, and the bottle is gone in a month. That's $180 a year. Now consider a $65 moisturizer. Many people would hesitate at that price. But these are often highly concentrated, meaning 1 pump is all you need. That bottle could last 3 or 4 months, making your annual cost around $195 to $260. On paper, it still looks more expensive. But this is where the math starts to blend into our second pillar. Pillar 2. The results. Performance and efficacy. The second pillar is performance. A product's true value isn't just its price, it's whether it actually works. This is where quality formulations can completely change the financial game. Let's be clear, this doesn't mean expensive is always better. Many dermatologist-recommended brands like CeraVe, The Ordinary, and La Roche-Posay offer incredible, affordable products that outperform luxury options. The upgrade formula is about upgrading to a product with superior performance, regardless of its price. However, let's revisit that moisturizer example. If that $65 cream is not only concentrated but also packed with better ingredients that truly support your skin, you might find you no longer need a separate hydrating serum or a special cream for dry patches. Suddenly, that more expensive moisturizer is replacing two other products, making it the cheaper option overall. The goal is to buy solutions, not create more problems. This is especially true with makeup. You could buy a $12 foundation, but if it fades by noon, you're using more product per application and reapplying it all day. You're also probably buying primers and powders to make it last. In contrast, a high-performance $50 foundation is often formulated with more pigment, so you might only need one pump instead of three for better coverage that lasts all day. That one bottle could last twice as long, and you might not need all the extra support products. The performance isn't just a luxury, it delivers a direct financial benefit. Pillar 3. The intangible value. The enjoyment factor. The final piece of the formula is something you can't put a number on, but it has real financial consequences. The enjoyment factor. This is the psychological payoff of using products that you love, that feel good, and that give you visible results. When your routine actually makes your skin healthier, you feel more confident. You stop frantically buying every miracle spot treatment you see in an ad because you have fewer spots to treat. When you have a hair tool you trust, you aren't tempted by every new gadget that promises a better look. This is about shifting from reactive shopping, where you're constantly buying things to fix new problems, to proactive satisfaction. Using a product you enjoy transforms your routine from a chore into a ritual. It silences that nagging voice that tells you to hunt for something new or something better. That feeling of contentment is one of the most powerful money-saving tools you can have. It stops impulse buys because you've already found what works for you. This isn't about justifying a splurge. It's about making an intentional, value-based choice that brings you joy and keeps money in your wallet as a result. Speaking of products that just work, I am so curious to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What is the one investment product you bought that actually saved you money in the long run? Whether it's a skincare serum that replaced 3 other steps, or a lipstick you love so much you stopped buying others, I'd love to know what your personal upgrades have been. So, that's the upgrade formula. It's about looking past the price tag to find the true value. First, do the math on the cost per use to see what you're really paying. Second, focus on performance and efficacy to ensure a product solves problems instead of creating them. And third, never underestimate the enjoyment factor, which brings satisfaction and stops the expensive cycle of impulse buying. This isn't about telling you to just buy the most expensive thing on the shelf. It's about being intentional. It's about choosing quality and performance over quantity, and investing in products that deliver long-term returns for your confidence and your bank account. Stop being a consumer caught in a cycle of buying and replacing. Start being a smart investor in your own routine. Your wallet and your sanity will thank you for it.